chambers. Let's go live now to the Knesset, to Israel's parliament, with our diplomatic correspondent, Mike Wagenheim, who's standing by speaking with lawmakers. Mike, who do you have, and what is the atmosphere around you now?
Chaos here at the Parliament today on what appears to be at least the official final day of business before the Parliament is dissolved. One of the storylines here today, the possible breakup, the reported breakup perhaps of the Zionist Union, with a number of members of that faction reportedly trying to break away and join the far-left Meretz Party. Let's get the word on exactly what's going on from the Labour Party Secretary and one of the members of Parliament from the Zionist Union, חיליק. Can you give us the latest on these reports of this breakaway faction, this rebel faction?
Yeah, I guess there are rumors and maybe some truth about people who are thinking to split from our faction. I told over the radio and TV yesterday, today, I will not give a hand to this kind of split. I witnessed on my flesh as a newly elected Secretary General in 2010 the consequences of such a split when it happened under Ehud Barak. I know how disaster it can lead. We recovered the party, and this is why I will not give a hand to any split whatsoever in the faction. I will not be part of it.
Avi Gabay, the leader of the Labour Party and the Zionist Union as a whole, says he is the only one that can defeat Benjamin Netanyahu in an election. Meanwhile, the opposition leader, Tzipi Livni, also part of the Zionist Union, says everybody needs to come together. We can't have egos taking over here. Everybody has to coalesce together. There's a definite tension between Gabay and Tzipi Livni right now. How does this affect this decision of this apparent breakaway group?
By the way, I don't think that there is necessarily a contradiction between the two things. Avi Gabay was elected democratically to lead the Zionist Union, the Labour Party. We are a democratic party. We are not a one-man party like Lapid or Lieberman. However, Tzipi Livni thinks that another elements in the centre-left bloc should be united under one leadership. We suggest that it will be under Avi Gabay, and we call Ehud Barak and Benny Gantz to put the ego aside. If they want to replace Netanyahu, if they want to be part of a new government, new hope for Israel, they should come to be number 2, 3, 4 in our list, candidates for Minister of Defense and other portfolios that are important, and not give a hand to a new list that for sure will make our chances to win the next election very, very low.
You mentioned Benny Gantz, a former IDF chief of staff, who seems to be the wild card as he looks to be entering politics. Reports say that he was offered a spot. Avi Gabay denies it. What's the truth of the matter? Yeah,
well, I talked to Avi Gabay about it. He denied it. He didn't offer him to be number 1. He offered him to be number 2, our a candidate for Minister of Defense. I think that Benny Gantz knows that probably he will not be prime minister in the next election, even if he will lead a new party. So if he wants to be a Minister of Defense, which he should be, I think that he should come to an established party like the Labour Party. I know that his ideas and ideology are very close to the Labour Party, almost one-to-one. I know that he have a desire, not a very hidden one, to replace Netanyahu in Netanyahu's government. So the only way, and I agree with Gabay about it, to do it is under the Labour Party, the Zionist Union, with Tzipi, with Ehud, with maybe Bogi Elon and others, but not separately. You know, if there is one thing that we should learn from Likud, is to unite and not to split. In splitting, we are very good at the central left, and this is what killing us for the last few decades.
Well, thank you for taking time on a very busy day. חיליק, the Secretary for the Labour Party and member of Knesset in the Zionist Union. Back to you in the studio, Jeff.